job lifting by conducting yourself and sportsmanlike and respectful. Please understand that this program behavior will not be tolerated. Thank you very much for your cooperation and enjoy the game. Good luck to those teams.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, another one. Told you, we'll be back. TimesUnion.com and the Sidelines blog give you CBA and Saratoga coming to you tonight from Saratoga. And actually, these are the top two teams in Section 2 hockey so far this season. Brothers, even though a quick shot by Devin Smith gets on through to Dakota Smith, no relation. Even though the brothers are 8-4 on the year, they are in second place in Section 2 hockey this season. The Blue Streaks come into this one 9-2 in Section 2 play. Now, the white elephant in the room, of course, is Shenendehowa, who moved to 8-0 in Section 2 play with a win last night over LaSalle. Blue Streaks get the rival Plainsmen on the 31st. It's next Tuesday. We'll be there for that one. While the brothers do have a game with Shenendehowa left of their own, they will play on Groundhog's Day, February 2nd. So a big week next week when it comes to Section 2 hockey. We said these two at the top right now. Shenendehowa still undefeated in the league, has them both on a schedule still. We'll get you goalies, we'll get you more numbers in just a moment as this puck goes back in behind Dakota Smith, who's starting in goal tonight for the brothers. Taking along far side with Peyton. Peyton works his way through. So it's shot on, now rebound, and we're going to see if this one got in, and it did not. We're going to have a face-off instead. Smith stuck the glove up in the air and made the save, so we're still at 0-0 with 13:55 left to go, and we're going to change on both sides. Dakota Smith comes into this one leading goaltender on the season for the brothers in terms of save percentage. He has 90 even on his save percentage this year. He's made 233 stops. He has been splitting time with Kyle Stockman, though. Stockman and Smith have both been in 10 games thus far this season. Smith brings in a 4-5-1 record, 26 goals allowed, and 357 minutes of time between the pipes. He'll be going up against Ryan Bourgeois, the leading goaltender in the section when it comes to goals against allowed. And we'll get to that numbers in just a little bit. Bring it in with Luce, who's the leading scorer this year in Section 2 for the Blue Streaks. Come back out, back in the neutral with Betts. Betts will work it up right side, try and get a pass through, and did go through the wickets of Bartozek and went in behind. But it'll be taken back and it'll be moved up and out by Naples. Through the neutral zone, they'll dump in on the left side. Patton was the one that got it in there, and they'll get a change in behind him as the play slings around to the near side. Shot up coming, but he missed on the swing. Brendan Wormley coming up from that defenseman position. Collision back in behind, move it back near side corner now. Try and get it out through and into neutral ice as we're going to get a change for the brothers. Wave off the icing as it comes up short of the end line. Near side corner now, obstructed by the Saratoga student section. As you move it out into neutral now, bring it through with Klingbeil. Klingbeil bring it in, he'll get a shot on, and Smith is going to have to stick this one into the near side corner. Dig at it there with Chiravelli. He couldn't get the handle though, and here come the brothers back the other way. Move it through neutral ice with Bassett. Bassett will dump it in, and this time we're going to have the whistle and the icing call. Saw the man with the glove in the... Sorry about that, folks. Almost dropped the camera, so good thing I had a hand on it there. Saw the man with the glove in the air right down on the other side. That's Ryan Bourgeois, leading goaltender in Section 2 when it comes to goals against, with 2.2 per game. He's got a 90.5 save percentage, 10-4-1 on the year for the Blue Streaks goaltender. He's allowed 29, made 275 saves thus far this season. Taken away, and he's moved along by Devin Smith at the back with the steal and neutral ice. Get it across over to Brendan Wormley, and Wormley will back it up and try and get something started up the left side. Works it ahead to Smith. Just staying on the side right there was Tyler Bullard, but he couldn't keep the handle. Move it back through neutral. Taken away by the Blue Streaks. Like we said, one of the top scoring teams in the section this year. Can't get anything going. It's Smith, and he'll go out to the point. Shot up coming, but it's going to hit a defender in front with a deflection that time. Was Greenwald for the brothers. Back out into neutral. Neither side able to get really a lot of control just far. And then I have changes at the back for Saratoga. Loose puck left in front, taken away, chance, shot, and a save made by Dakota Smith with the blocker as he tried to go to the stick side. time it was Lehman who had the chance right in front. Wraparound try by Lehman. This one's going to be stopped on the leg. This one, rebound's going to be pushed behind. And now the Blue Streak's going to have to dig to try and get the offensive possession continued. Taken away by the brothers. Move it back out. Slapper. And this one's going to go for icing against CBA. But they're happy just to get things back under control with 10:49 left in the first period. Dakota Smith coming up big with a couple of saves there. Might have cracked his stick as he tries it a couple of times at the back. Blue Streak's coming to this one, plus 38 on the season in goals, 78 for, 40 against. McMahon tried to cut into that number right there, but he lost it and goes back out into neutral. Glove down by Bartosek to himself, top of the slot. He goes through two, and I thought the second one was going to pick him off, but he got through him. Bring it up this time and fire away and put one on Smith off the stick of Cervelli, but it goes back in behind, and now they're trying to dig it off of the netting. Finally do so. Moving around far side boards, Bartosek's going to hold it in and try it back the other way. Backhanded through by Nick Winters. Now they'll try and get one in the slot. Can't do so on the connection. Now CBA is going to have a chance to get this one out of danger, but they can't get it through. Now it'll squirt through. Chance right there for Lehman to hold it in, but he couldn't do so. McMahon was the one that brought it out. Back in a neutral zone. Now offside here, whoa, and a little bit of a curve on that shot there. Took a kind of a, almost like a screwball kind of curve and got it on Bourgeois, but he made the save. Dump around with Smith for Saratoga. Now we have a collision at the back. Devin Smith was the one who kept it in. Now try and go back to him, but they're going to say it went over the blue line. We have offside against the Blue Streaks. Saratoga. Now the puck's down, controlled by the Blue Streaks. They'll dump in far side corner. Eventually be collected by John Bassett at the back, and he starts to move it back up. Numbers for CBA coming up in just a second. Delayed offside against Saratoga, but they get it out without problem through Grant Stockman. Pass up, and now passing the slot. This is going to be broken up. It's still loose in front, and they're going to force Bourgeois to touch it. Still in behind, Bourgeois will kick it back to the boards with 9:15 left in the period. Near side corner now, trying to move it out. Can't do so just yet. Stuck along those near side boards. Like I said, kind of stuck in a Bermuda Triangle. Finally coming out with it will be Dan Winters. Winters move it around. Eventually end up with Nick Winters. And now we'll go through the neutral zone, carried through by Bullard. Bullard coming in, get a pass across to Smith. Couldn't get the connection though. And now we have a slam up against the near side boards. Down in the corner with Smith. After he got the pass, opportunity in a slot shot on Dakota Smith. He bounces out the blocker a couple times, still loose. And there's the goal for Saratoga. 1-0 Blue Streaks with 8:46 left in the first period. See who gets credit for it after the melee in front.
Saratoga goal by number 15, Tyler Bullard. Assist number 20, Dan Winters, and number 8, Nick Winters.
Bullard gets a goal, his 11th of the year. And after that melee in front, he took care of it, finally knocked one in. It was the 9th shot thus far for Saratoga, and we haven't even gotten halfway through this first period. Play across ice, eventually end up with Tom Naples. Naples will get a shot on this, but going to be held by Dakota Smith. So 79th goal on the year for Saratoga. They've allowed 40. 2-1 over their last 3. They lost to Pittsford 2-back, 4-3, and then they've picked up 14 straight goals without being scored upon in Section 2 play over their last 2. Wind shot, this was going to hit the defender and go to the near side, and eventually be taken by that defender. It was McMahon. Oh, excuse me, that's not McMahon. That'll be Sean Glennon that brought it up. Those swooshing numbers are always tough to read on the backs of the CBA jerseys. 8:13 left to play in the period. 1-0 Saratoga out in front as you listen and watch on TimesUnion.com's Sidelines blog. Glennon will emerge with it now. He has it on his stick. He'll fire one, and that Bourgeois is going to just block her up into the netting. 8 minutes even left in the period. That was the 3rd shot of the game for CBA. Brothers come into this one, well, they came into this one with exactly 54 up and 54 down, so exactly neutral on scoring this year for CBA. Now they're -1 on the year. We said 8-4 in sectional play, 8 7-1 on the season overall. And they're 2 out of 3 over their last 3 as well. Their only loss coming 2 back to Shaker Colony, which was a 7-4 loss. Which the brothers looked like they got tired about midway through, but their last one out, they came and beat rival LaSalle at LaSalle 4-2, and then they had a nice 3-2 win over Niskayuna Schenectady 3 back. Puck still loose, going near side boards. This time it will be Lehman doing the work in the corner, and he'll get it back as a reward back behind. Has it tipped away though, and now McMahon has it. He tries to fire it out, but it hits Lehman and stays in the zone. Far side boards now collected, and now they'll try and flip it out, and McMahon tries to get another stick on it, can't do so, and the turnover is there. Coming back with Sharavelli. Sharavelli through the top of the slot, had it poked away from him, and now the brothers have a chance to bring it back up with a 3-on-3. Hit in neutral ice, and I think we're going to have an offside call here against CBA. Left to go in the period. Back to action. Devin Smith going to bring it up the left side. He's going to wind one up and get a snapper on, but it's just wide to the right. Go along the boards, held in by the Blue Streaks. Back in behind, Bullard, who had that goal earlier, gets Dakota Smith to fire one at him. And this one, I think, either hit Smith in the mask or just skimmed off one of the posts. And puck's still live as Bourgeois skates his way off. Shot will go high. And the brother's going to be called for a penalty here. Finally touched up by CBA, and here comes the call. We're going to have roughing against CBA. I think I saw that one correctly. Well, headed into the box anyway, it'll be Mike Betts. He'll get a minute and a half with 6:15 left in the period. First power play of the game for Saratoga. And draw will go to the Blue Streaks. So actually boarding was the call there. Chance for Saratoga here, and a misfire that time off the toe of the stick for Wormley, and now we're back in behind. Bullard's one of them digging at it back there. He's getting some help from Nick Winters, but this one's going to squirt free and go the length of the sheet. 1 minute left in the power play, 5:46 left in the period. Shots are +9 in favor of the Blue Streaks, 11-2. It actually should be 11-3, so +8 in favor of the Blue Streaks, as Lehman takes it the length and goes in behind. Winters is there to help him out, but he'll be engaged by Bassett. Bassett couldn't get it out though, and now it'll finally squirt free, and CBA is going to have a chance to clear their zone. McMahon almost had an opportunity for a breakaway there. Everybody for Saratoga backs up to that blue line. Now they get it through to Luce. Luce, quiet so far, and he'll stay quiet as he misfires on a shot there, and he'll just dribble into the far side corner. Poked away by McMahon, couldn't clear the zone, does get some help though. Trailing him that time was Zachariah. Excuse me, that's not Zachariah, that'll be Van Epps. Like we said, those swoosh numbers, a little tough to read, especially from across the zone. One gets in on Smith, and he'll cover it up, and we'll have a stop with 4:58 left to go in the period. Bartosek has it at the point, move it down underneath to Patton. Patton will run it in. Penalty about to come to an end, 5 seconds left on the advantage. Tipped around back and forth between the point men. Smith trying to get a handle on it. He'll put it back down in the corner. Penalty comes to an end, back at even strength. Shot will sail high, and it was Patton that time that took that opportunity. Bartosek runs it down, and he'll get to try and reset the attack. Gomes tried to go through Smith on the far side again, unable to get the connection though. Grant Stockman has it back in and around. Near side corner, Naples digging at it there. Can't get a handle on it just yet. Now we're going to have one pop up into the netting, and we're going to have a face-off upcoming in CBA ice. With 4:21 left to go in the first period. 1-0 Saratoga ahead as you listen and watch Sidelines at TimesUnion.com. Ben Myers with you this evening. Thanks for coming out for their second of 2. Earlier today, Beekman Town taking down Guilderland Mahonison. I was over at Union College. Made our way up 87 for this nightcap between teams number 1 and 2 in Section 2 hockey. Big hit, long near side. A lot more bark than bite on that one, though. Sharavelli was the one that tried to deliver the blow, and the man who was put into the board, Swantek, emerges with it and slings it around back and behind. Saratoga defense is there with 3:50 left to play in this first period. Trying to get it up to Bullard, who has the goal earlier in the frame. He brings it in on side. He'll snap one towards Smith. Still loose, and the rebound couldn't be handled by a driving Sharavelli. And we'll go back the other way with CBA. Swantek has it, play it forward into the attacking third, but the brothers peel off and get a change on the fly. 3:30 left to go in the period. Bring it up with Bullard. Left side. He'll backhand it down in the corner, trying to play it to himself, and does so, but he'll be knocked out the puck almost immediately. Nick Winters trying to move it along there, and he'll be taken out of it by John Bassett. Out at the point, Saratoga hold in. They'll fire it back the other way. Bassett's the one to get the stick to it first, and now we have a hand in the air, and it looks like we're going to have a penalty coming up on this one. It's going to be a hook, and we'll see. You know, both of them could be guilty parties on this one, but I think they're going to send Bullard into the box. So Bullard into the box, 3:13 left in the first. Shots right now on the board read 12-2. Should be 12-3. That's okay. So minute and a half against Bullard. He gets called for a hook. Go out to the point. Swantek will snap one, but it hit bodies in front and he'll dribble into the corner. McMahon grabs it there. He'll work it back. No, he'll go back in behind instead. Now they'll go out to the point. Nobody gets it geared up out there as they go through Bassett, and they'll move it over to Swantek. Swantek has it now, works it there. McMahon came all the way back around. He'll drive it in up the left side. Trying to pass through. It'll hit skates though, and falling and slipping is Bassett. Now here comes Smith on a breakaway. Smith takes on the other Smith, and Dakota Smith comes up with a save. Kind of a weak shot right in front. Devin Smith looked like he couldn't make his mind up. And John Bassett slipped and fell to the ice, and Dakota Smith, John Bassett, and Devin Smith all, either they share a laugh or they were just talking about Bassett going down there. It looked like he just tried to change his direction a little too quickly, and, well, ended up on his backside. 59 seconds left in the power play for CBA. The 22s will duel for it there. Van Epps will win the battle? Yes, he will. Van Epps will win the battle, and here comes CBA, as Naples was the one that was in there for Saratoga. Come up with McMahon. He'll dump it off to Swantek. Swantek will backhand it around. Bartozek's there to grab it, though. Nobody able really to get control of it just yet. Swantek touched it for a second. Unable to clear the zone of Saratoga just yet. Now they'll get it out and get it out with a driving Lehman. Come back on side is loose, and this one flips right in on Smith. He caught it just like a basket catch, just like in Major League. And now Bassett's going to try and get it out of danger, unable to do so. Smith helps him out, gives it right back to him, though. Coming up the left side, he'll drive it ahead. 3-on-2 developing, though, as they actually got those blue streaks at a little bit of a weird angle trying to come back to that one. Shoot wide to the left, though. 12 seconds left in the advantage for the brothers. 1:53 left in the period. Back in and around. Lehman's going to be the first one to get there. He'll be knocked off of it by Van Epps, and Van Epps can't get the handle on it just yet. And now Luce will touch it up. Give it back to Van Epps as the power play comes to an end. We're at even strength now as Lehman has it on the near side. Lehman played out through neutral, still carrying there. Now he'll dodge one. He'll have it bounce off his stick, and now Bassett will grab it back. Bassett will lose control, but he's got help as he gets a tip right back to him. Now he tries to come through the neutral zone, and Bassett goes down, and we have a hand in the air. And it looks like it's just going to be potentially a roughing call as Brett Merriman goes and gives his 2 cents to the crowd, and they're going to get him for elbowing, actually. So elbowing with 1:20 left in the period, so CBA will finish their second power play of the game at the end of this period if they don't score, of course. Now 10 seconds of power play time coming into the second period. Draw taken by Saratoga, fired around the boards by Wormley, and finally out of the zone by Winters. Bassett has it there. He'll get over to Swantek, back to Bassett. Or excuse me, McMahon at the back. Like I said, those swoosh numbers are tough to get every once in a while. McMahon, 360s a few times, can't get anything going, and then Winters will have to steal and dump it in and around. 1:02 left in the power play as McMahon drives out. McMahon will come up the left side, get it over the blue line onside, so he'll be knocked off the puck as it goes into the corner, though. 45 seconds left to go in the period. 52 left in the power play now. Winters can't get it out. Swantek will hold it and bounce it off the boards. Go back in behind for Van Epps. Van Epps tries to work one out and couldn't get the pass to meet friendly tape. He was trying to get it to Chrysakos. Nick Winters coming up that left side. He'll come through and they're going to have to dive, and now one will get on Smith. Loose puck still. Shot upcoming, and now they'll knock it home with Nick Winters. Short-handed goal for Saratoga. Short-handed goal for Nick Winters on the play. Bullard had it set up, and Winters knocks it home, and that'll give Saratoga a 2-1 lead. Even though they are
short-handed. Saratoga goal number 10, Brendan Wormley. Assist number 15, Tyler Bullard.
32 seconds left on the power play. Only 18 left in the period now. And we'll take a look back at the tape in the break, but almost positive that was Nick Winters that had that goal, but we'll double check, of course. 5 seconds left in the period. Shots right now are 15-3 in favor of Saratoga as we hear the buzzer. So 2-0.
After the first period, Saratoga 2, CBA 0.
Head into the first intermission with Saratoga taking a 2-0 lead and a +12 shot advantage into the break. I'm Ben Myers for TimesUnion.com's Sidelines blog. Be back with the second period in just a little bit.